Hi, welcome to We Play Golf. In today's video we're going to explain you the difference between hitting a draw and a fade with a hybrid. Welcome back to We Play Golf, the golf channel where you easily learn how to play golf. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. If you have any questions or suggestions, put them in our comment box below. Just like Chris did, he asked us, what is the difference between hitting a fade and a draw, and can you simplify that by very easy tips and tricks? So this is what we're going to do for you, Chris. The very easy way to play a fade and a draw using a hybrid. The first thing we need to know is, how can I hit the ball straight? Well, I always say there are only three things that you should try and do. Is keep the club face square to your target. That's one. Hit the middle of the golf club into the middle of the ball. So you center the hit. And you try to swing the club along your target line. So the target line, I've put down a shaft here to give me an idea where I want to hit the ball. So if I would swing along the target line and I hit the ball in the middle of the golf club and the club is square, it would go straight. Now I could change those 3 points. So if I change the club face position, I open or close the club face. So that means that the club face is now pointing to the right, or closing is pointing to the left. That would give the ball an effect turning away from the target, to the right and to the left. So we don't want to do that. If I hit the ball on the outside or the inside of the club face, that would also give me side effect. We don't want that. I only change the way I set up to the ball, and in that way, if I was square, feet, knees, hips, shoulders, forearms, everything parallel to that target line, and I switch it a little bit. So I would move my feet line, hip line, shoulder line 5 degrees to the left. What you'll see is, if I swing the club face now, the club will be still square. I'll hit the ball in the middle, but my swing target line is now out to in about 5 degrees. When I hit the ball center of the club on that swing path, it will start to the left and it will come back to the right, but it will not cross the line. Now, to make the difference between the fade, out in, club square, along the line, if I now do the same thing, instead of going out in, I move my feet to the back. So now my feet are pointing to the right. My swing to target line is now going to be from in to out. Again, if my clubs remain square at impact and I hit it in the middle of the golf club, just by changing the swing path from in to out, the ball will start now to the right and will come back to the left, to the target. If my club changes at impact, it would be open or closed through impact. When I come from the inside, the ball would go to the right. If the club face was open, it will turn further right. When it's square, it comes back to the middle. And if I close the club face, it will start right and turn to the left. Then we have a hook. We don't want that either. So keeping the club face square, hit the ball center, and just change the way you approach the ball from the inside by moving your feet, your shoulders, your hips slightly to the right, or if you want to fade it, open your stance, only 5 degrees, your swing path comes from the outside onto the ball, and it will change the flight. We'll show you right now. So to show you the difference between hitting a fade and a draw, we'll start off by the draw. We have this ball to target line. I'm going to change my feet towards this shaft position, keep the club square, and if I keep the swing along the inside line, hit it in the middle of the club face, that will produce me a draw. So that ball made it turn from right to left and it came back to the center of the hole. Now we change over and I'll move the club slightly from out to in. So this is quite a lot, but then again, you'll see immediately the difference. I keep the club towards the center of the ball, center of the club face. The club remains square towards my target line. I'm now aiming to the left side, swinging along the line with the club square to my target. So this is my fade. Again, the ball curves from the left to the right. It does not change to the target. Actually, it came back onto the target. It did not cross the target line. That's when you play a fade and a draw, just by changing your feet in shoulder line towards your target line. Hitting the ball in the center of the golf club is very important, and keep the club square. Do not try to manipulate as you make this shot. So with this video, I've explained you the easiest way to play a fade or a draw using a hybrid. If you have any questions or suggestions, do put them in our comment box, so maybe we can make that video for you next time. This is how we play golf. See you next time. This is how we start. For a draw, fade, and now a straight shot. So draw, fade, straight.